Well, Adam, this is perfect.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Lee.
It's your boy JB.
Yes, it is.
Hey, and this is Go With The Flow, man. Got our special guest on our second episode, Aneas.
First special guest.
First one I do feel special. Shit. If y'all boys came with it today, y'all got notes and shit. I'm on the top of the head with it.
Okay, yeah.
He about to get schooled.
I hope he is as prepared as he is
I'm
confident.
always prepared. You know me, you know I know my shit, bro.
Stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. I feel him.
Alright, so man, we just gonna start it off with a couple icebreakers. I see you a big music guy. So you got any workout playlists or anything, or your top 5 rappers you listen to or anything?
Yeah, so my top 5 is kind of fluid because it goes with the time, so I'm listening to it at the time. So anybody who know me gonna know my number one always gonna stay the same. It's always gonna be Roll. So 2 through 5 at this point in time. What is it? June 28th?
The list undefeated already.
2020. Let's see, 2 through 5. No particular order.
Yeah, we'll do that.
It had to be at this point Freddie Gibbs. J. Cole is always gonna be in there. I got a rapper named Max B that's always gonna be in there, and Big Crit round out there top 5 for me at this point in time.
That's your top 5.
Yeah.
That's a nice top 5. That's a lyrical top 5 right there.
Lyrical.
For all you people that like
That's just
lyrics.
what you hit. That's what
Yeah.
you're listening to right now.
Always,
That's what's in your playlist. That's all time.
Yeah, I'm always usually late on music, so like this Freddie Gibbs, this Alfredo he just dropped. Really, I always really fuck with Freddie, but this Alfredo is all 10 tracks hit. So
10 for 10.
10 for 10. I'm not even playing. Like, all of them go in.
Shit, I heard Crit on that list too. The boy Crit underrated, man.
Yeah, he just he's multifaceted. If he making beats, if he rapping, he on the hook. You know, Crit there for you. Not even just lyrical. He gonna have some shit you can just bang in your car and ride to.
Right,
So,
so,
yeah.
yeah.
Them subs banging. Where you at with it, Lee?
Me, so y'all know mine. I'm gonna go first off the top, Thug. And I got Drake. If we just doing like right now, I got Thug, Drake. I got Future. I got Cole. And then Lil Baby. That boy, he the hardest out right now, in my opinion, man. That boy said he want 100K for a feature. That boy said he 200 occasion.
200 occasion.
I get 200 occasion. Each occasion 200.
So that's mine. I mean, it's always gonna be Thug. I'm always gonna think Thug. That's my favorite right now. But what's yours?
I guess we're just going off listening to right now. I'm gonna put Baby on there. He on fire. Drake, of course, ain't nobody messing with Drake numbers and he doing his thing. I like. I still listen to Lil Wayne, listen to some of his old shit. I still play that back all day.
Wayne Goat.
It's a legacy pick right there.
Yeah.
I play that back all day. Ain't gonna lie right there. Listen to like some Money Man and stuff, and I like to work out. Vibe to that.
I know you with that bag.
That's my fifth right there.
You with that
Oh,
money
yeah.
bag.
Oh yeah, that's always.
Alright, then we gonna hey. So our first episode, man, we got a lot of feedback on it. Some positive feedback, some things to improve on. What you think about the first episode?
That was good. I just think y'all could have used a lot of my insight for the first episode. You know? But nah, I got a question though. So I heard y'all talking about y'all like dope debate as far as basketball and shit. So this is always my question. Yeah. You know that's always a hit when you want to debate or just want to throw some shit out there. But this is my question for y'all: is how do y'all like? I don't know if y'all like discuss this. So when y'all talking about basketball, are y'all just talking about skill? Are y'all talking about like their legacy, like what they actually accomplished, or is it a combination of both? Because that's how I decide, you know. Because I heard you was talking about LeBron and his efficiency and shit, and I'm just like, yeah, LeBron's efficient, but if we just talking skill and efficiency, then like you missing out on dudes like KD or like you mentioned Cinders and shit. So like, are we talking like accomplishment too?
That's a good point.
because then
That's a good.
that's how I do it. So it's a fine line because LeBron's efficient as fuck as a basketball player, and but when I'm thinking just like, all right, is he efficient enough when he's actually winning? Because he's what 3 for 6 in the finals and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
that is true.
So when I'm thinking about somebody like Kobe, what is he 5 and 2?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So you talking about he just throwing them shots. So it's just kind of a LeBron will be up in my top for sure, but it's just kind of like, how do you decide? What are y'all discussing? Just skill, legacy, like the greatness and accomplishments, or like a combination of both? That's how I do it.
I think it's a combination of both, and then I don't want to speak for you, but a lot of yours is like if they were to play 1-on-1, right?
Yeah,
And
that
that's
too.
where- yeah,
like
that's like
them
that,
just
yeah.
against each other. I look at their competition. Look at their competition in the era.
Yeah.
I look at off the court stuff too, man. Just how they held themselves up. Like I think LeBron been exceptional his whole career, and they had no slip ups, no flaws like that off the court wise. But with the championship thing, what you think about the Shaq take?
I mean, look, this is my thing about Shaq. I'm kind of biased towards Shaq because Shaq is all-time dominant. Now, I just heard you mention like 1-on-1, and it's hard for me to think like shit. If they playing 1-on-1, I'm assuming half court, right? Make it take or something, like just how we always play in the hood.
Yeah.
If Shaq, if you first off, like he athletic, so say he get one stop on you, it's a wrap.
Or if he get the ball first.
If he get the ball first, you know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I figure it with like a lot of players. Like it's really whoever get the ball.
But is that are we playing ones and twos? Is it just one point for each bucket?
It don't matter. I mean, what Shaq?
Because he not gonna stretch. I mean, like LeBron could hit a 3 and come back if he needed to. If you talking about them going 1-on-1, like
yeah, but
if he was down one, he could hit a 3 and come back.
But also, we all didn't play. You can be better than somebody, and you can just miss one shot. Shaq and it hit off the rim the right way. Shaq get the rebound. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
It's a matchup thing too. Yeah.
But that's also my thing, though. If I'm just thinking like skill, I mean, it's hard for me to think like, damn, a dude like KD, bro, like he's 7'1", handles, shoot, mid range to the cup. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit. He can defend now, but I'm just saying, if a nigga like Shaq get the ball, then like, you know what I'm saying, this raps with any man that ever lived.
Yeah.
But also, if KD hot, you might not ever see it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a wrap. So, but I mean, also with LeBron, he's kind of a fine mix. He ain't as much as a shooter, but he's athletic. He gonna get to the cup. He could be on from deep that day. So,
and he know his spots. He know.
Yeah, he knows his spots. But I think if it's a 1-on-1 setting, I think I always got to take Shaq because I mean he athletic enough to get a stop defensively and just take over. Because I mean, what you gonna do with it?
Is Shaq your GOAT?
Nah, GOAT. Like I said, it's a combination of greatness, like accomplishment and skills. Shaq to me doesn't get mentioned enough in the GOAT discussion. Mike would be my number one. He would be my GOAT because of his like. If you look at not even just his stats, because a lot of people start like LeBron and Kobe, they even passed Mike. You know,
they started when he was 18.
Yeah, but also like Mike did his shit like from the jump, averaging 28, right? And then you got to think about it, he took 2 years off. He had a year where he broke his foot and like barely played some games. Yeah, so like for me, Mike, and then it's not even just like it didn't take to what after watching The Last Dance to where I really kind of recognized like his competitiveness. Like there was no other option like other than winning. You know what I'm saying? So like just to see his drive and like the way he went about like making himself win. Yeah, that to me, Mike is. It's not even just a 6 for 6 because I mean we can go look at Bill Russell with his 11 rings.
Yeah.
Call it that. So I don't want a ring count, but I think it should be a combination of all things considered as far as being a basketball player. Mike would be my number one. 2, it would probably be Shaq. I just think his pure dominance and his accomplishments, man. What?
It's a different take.
What?
Okay. But I like how he coming though. He come with some backup.
Yeah.
Like when you came with Michael, you didn't just do the 6 for 6 thing. So I like that. I like you come with some backup. So let's see what this Shaq thing is about.
Well, I mean, just look at you. And so I know y'all say eras and you want to look at competition. So like it's hard for me to say, you know, what's like some of these old dudes they put up there, like, you know, George Mikan and like these type dudes, right? So like I don't want to go like, you know, just look at the era like that, but if I am, like, Shaq transcended, like, many different eras of basketball. He started in 92. He went through the mid-2000s when it kind of changed, and he tapered off toward the end.
In the 10s.
A little bit, but, I mean, he was washed by then. But I'm saying you take prime Shaq in any era, like, who is he not fucking up? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, no, Shaq, with his pure dominance, he would be up there. It's hard. I guess he would be number 2. Shit, I mean, how many we going?
Man, you
Mount
can
Rushmore just 4?
As you want to put up there, you the guest today. Let's see.
Well, let me hear your reply on Shaq. Cause I seen you fall back in your seat, so I'm taking it back.
Take center stage.
Man, if LeBron not in your top 2, bro, I don't know what it is, bro. Like LeBron from the start. I mean, Shaq from the start. Yeah, Shaq from the start was a beast. But LeBron, like, make his teams better. He ain't never been a Robin. Shaq was a Robin. If we get into the Robin, Shaq was a Robin.
That's another thing.
I got you. Let me see. Let me tell you something.
Thing.
You say LeBron won the Robin, and so this is funny. Like, to LeBron super fans, I'll come off as a hater. To LeBron haters, I'll come off as a super fan. So let me say this. You saying LeBron was never a Robin. He took a backseat to Wade his first season in Miami. You remember when he came up, like, real small, averaging like 17 or something, you know?
When he had that
when he fell off. Yeah, versus the Mavs. Yeah, so my thing, LeBron is in my top, like, he's an all-time great. He's in my top 5, but his skill is like, his athleticism and skill, all that, yeah, he's probably like the best athletes to ever come through basketball. But now I'm looking at the accomplishment side, right? What did you do in the finals? So 3 for 6, I can't ignore, bro. Like, I can't ignore it. You know, I know he got that 8 straight years and stuff, but like, you know, you coming up losing. You know,
that was the thing that played into mine. That's why I had picked Jordan. That was the thing that played into mine too. But when you say that Wade thing, he was a Robin in that series. You say he was a Robin in that series?
I'm just saying, I don't know if he shouldn't have been Robin.
Did they win that series?
They lost. They got smoked.
When he was the lead man, they win.
Yeah, but I'm saying, once you, if you're the MVP, how many MVPs was he coming off of at the time? Two in a row. You're not supposed to even consider taking no backseat to no man. You know what I'm saying? You LeBron James.
LeBron friendly though.
I feel that. That's his boy. Yeah, I feel that. But you supposed to go out there and get it.
That's what a lot of people say is like he not as competitive as Jordan and as Kobe.
But it's hard to ignore his longevity and his consistency. And then like you say, Jordan off the bat, 28, like you said, but Jordan also had college. He had a little buffer right there, whereas LeBron coming in as a kid, basically.
I mean,
2-3 hairs on his chest.
Look, more power to LeBron. I can't knock him not for going to college. I mean, you that good, you should go. I wish they would take away the college rule now. You know, but I mean, I'm just gonna look at what I'm presenting. You know, he decided to come out. I know people like to, you know, say he ain't had the best of teams, but I mean, shit, he was winning 66 a night. Like, I mean, what is it, like 66 and 16? Like, plenty of years they was number 1 off in the East. So that's also a thing. Y'all wasn't talking about competition. Like, I just look at historically the East, and LeBron's been ruling over the East. You know what I'm saying? Like, in his early years, he was building teams and was dominating with it. So, like, once you get in the playoffs, I don't want to hear that excuse. You know, you out here dominating.
Yeah.
Keep dominating, you know, and then you look at the transition. Once he made that move, once he went to Miami, he done built this formula to where he created a team that ain't never going to be down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He pulling the best of players from left and right. Wade falling off, all right, let me go get a young dog in Kyrie. Let me bring Kevin Love. Andrew Wiggins, we don't want you. Once Kyrie won out, Kevin Love is starting to fall off, he bring in and reload a whole new team. Then Cleveland fall off, boom, he go to Lakers. All right, Lonzo, you out of here. Julius, you out of here. Like, all them folks, y'all out of here. Let me bring in AD. So he always got a team. His second stint of his career, I don't give as much like leeway on losses because he always got a super team. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard for me to like kind of be soft on Brown when he's, you know, building these teams. He's stacking the deck for himself. So, you know, that's why I'm kind of not hard on him, but I look at him in a different light. When people say he don't have these like super teams, but I think his teams are usually stacked.
That's a good take. That's a real good take.
I mean, I think on the Eastern Conference thing, like you saying, it was winning the East, 66 games, stuff like that. That's regular season, and then you got teams like when he went to the finals and he met up with a team that don't really care about regular season. They care about that postseason and getting that taken care of. Spurs, or you got the Celtics with great coach. He was playing great teams that was prepared for other things. Not really worried about the regular season.
All right. Before we get too deep into that, because that can go all day, like I said the last video.
That's round
debate
two, right?
That was debate 2, man. But I mean, there was a big fight last night with Was it
UFC
Daniel
wise.
Hooker? Yeah.
Dan
Hooker and
Dan
Poirier.
Hangman and Dustin Poirier.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I'm watching the UFC. If I'm being real, like I got another group of friends, and they know like UFC is probably my number one sport now. It isn't surpassed the NBA. It's so real. It's so raw. It's just you and another person in the octagon.
They was slugging last night.
They was slugging. It was a good old just bleed fight for UFC. So what y'all think about it?
I thought that was a real good ass fight, bro. Like from the start, like they was going at it, just slugging. I was going for Hooker. I ain't know much about him. JB showed me some highlights of him the other day. I liked his style. I liked he real fundamental. He was going for the body, he throw the knees, he kicking in the legs. I like all that. Showed me some highlights of Dustin. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Poirier, yeah. Bro got hands.
Yeah.
Bro
throwing
got
them things.
hands, bro.
He trying to put you to
So
bed.
going into the fight, I knew like he had hands. Through the second round, Daniel was holding his own, and then third round came and them haymakers started coming out. All the significant hits that he had.
He took too many hits to the head. He slowed down.
At the end of the fight, he was so beat up, bro.
Yeah, I mean that's a warrior. If you watch Dan Hooker, he gets into these brawls. That was kind of his thing. He used to fight at 145, so he stopped at that way. He went up to 155. He's been on a hell of a run these last 3 fights. So, my thing, I never really was. I'm not gonna say much of a fan of Dan Hooker, but I just thought he was getting a lot of hype so fast. So, my thing, I picked Dustin Poirier to win this fight. I thought he would stop him late, but it ended up going the distance. And I used to have these questions.
Somebody's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, no, they were slugging. I mean, I used to have these questions about Dustin Poirier. I used to think that like when it got tough, he would almost like find a way out. But he's changed my mind completely. And the first 2 rounds was tough for him. If you watch Dan Hooker, his team, they're called City Kickboxing out of New Zealand. They're really crafty with a lot of feints, a lot of fakes. They get you like looking at one thing and worried about a lot of things, and they hit you from legs, the body, the head. But the thing about their style, it's very taxing. You got to have a lot of stamina. So Dan Hooker, he looked sensational. I gave him the first 2 rounds last night. He was on Dustin Poirier's ass. Dustin Poirier said that he caught him with a knee. He got hit by a knee by Dan Hooker, and he flashed out and kind of came back. So I gave the first 2 rounds to.
That's what I said. You got saved by the bell.
Yeah, he was tough. He went and grabbed. He got hit and started grabbing, and then, Dustin Poirier's been in plenty of 5-round fights. I think this is like 8th straight main event. So he's used to these 5-round fights, and I think that his 5-round fight experience and like his heart as champion, he was just the interim champion. I think that took over. He showed that why he was the interim champion at one point in time, and he put it on him the last 3 rounds. Dan Hooker slowed down and shit. He was putting it on him. He took shots to the head, took him down, body shots, everything. And Dustin Poirier showed up. I think he's here to stay. What'd you think about it?
I think Dan Hooker had a good fight, especially early on. I just thought he was leaving himself open a lot when they get up against the cage and they get to striking and exchanging. He was taking a lot of big shots, you know what I'm saying? And some fighters, strategize that. They want that in their game. They want to get in them slugs, and they believe in their chin over the other dudes. It's a risky business, as you see, because he got tired down. His face was beat up. His eye was busted. I mean, I know that was playing a factor in his vision. Poirier fought a good fight. He came with some significant hits. Was it 72%?
Oh, he was on 76. He was hitting him for 76%. So Dustin Poirier is accurate, but that says something about Dan Hooker's defense. He lands a lot, but he's not moving his head off the center line. Yeah,
he wasn't.
You can only take so many shots. I mean, more power to him than he took all them shots. I mean, I don't know how good that's going to be in the long run, but it's going to keep you game. Good fight from both of them. But Dustin Poirier pulled it out in the end. 3 rounds to 2.
Since you keep up with UFC a lot, I'm pretty sure you know a lot of fighters.
Yes, sir.
What would be your top 5 right now, pound for pound?
Oh, pound for pound? All right. I'll say it like this because I kind of can glance at your list. So I know there's a couple fighters that's retired. Like they said they retired, so I'll leave them off my list. Like Henry Cejudo, he just retired. But if he was retired, he'd be on this list. So number 1, pound for pound. Are we mixing men and women or just men straight?
Do what you want. I don't know.
All right. I'll say this.
Before you start, I don't know much about it, so I'm learning right now. This is what we need y'all to come up here for. Teach us and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all gonna have y'all sections,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna get toasted in a minute.
Yeah, all right. So number one pound for pound, I'll have John Jones. I just think his record speaks for itself. If you look at his last 3 fights have been close. I've actually scored a couple fights the other way against him. But I mean, you can only rule with what the judges give you. So, you know, he's still technically, or you know, he has one loss, but it was a BS loss. So he'll be number one on my pound for pound list. Yeah, Khabib will be number 2 on my list. I just think he's probably the most dominant fighter. I mean, you're talking about a fighter that's lost 1 round in all of his UFC
crazy.
competition, like 1 single round to Conor McGregor. You know, he ain't no slouch either. So, I mean, if you got that on your resume, that's something to be said. But number 3, I'm gonna put in Amanda Nunes. Now she's a woman fighter, but when you just look at when you look at her dominance across 2 weight divisions, 135 and 145, I just think she's number 1 woman fighter of all time. I mean, she may be number 1 pound for pound, but I'm gonna have to give her that nod. Let's see, pound for pound. That's tough. Now we cut
That's
teeth.
3, yeah.
That's 3. I would if I'm just being real, if I'm looking at people who's dominant, reigning over their division, it's another woman fighter, Valentina Shevchenko. She's only ever lost to she's lost to Liz Carmouche. This is way back 10 years ago. She's only ever lost to Amanda Nunes in her UFC career, but as it stands now in her 125 division, there's not going to be another person that's going to touch her. And 5th, who I would put on my list as of right now, I would have to say Israel Adesanya. I think he's going to be here to stay. He has a tough fight coming up. Well, if I'm projecting his skills going forward, I think he's going to reign over his middleweight division for a long time. If he moves up to light heavyweight to see John Jones, that'll be tough. A tough fight for him. But as of right now, I'll put him top 5 in my pound for pound list. What y'all got?
With Adesanya, I mean, that's my favorite right now. I don't know. That's the most exciting right now. I feel like he's striking, but he knows just as well as we know he a little raw on the ground.
Yeah.
As far as we ain't seen it, he's a little raw on the ground. So just like he knows himself. Like, I'm not gonna go fight John Jones right now. That's not a fight for me right now because he's not ready for the ground. Because John Jones gonna take it there.
Yeah.
But striking, hands, feet, elbows, knees. I don't think it's too many people close to his level, and he got all that experience. That's what a lot of people don't understand. They see his UFC record, and they think he's inexperienced or he's young in his career, but he got to like 80 kickboxing fights under his belt as well. Like, the man, he's no rookie, and he ain't a young man like that in the game. So that's who I'm going with. Is from my guy. I don't really have the top 5. I mean, John Jones gonna go in there, but I'm rocking with Adesanya right now.
Well, yeah, I got for sure John Jones. I got Israel. I got Khabib. I got Henry, and I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Stipe.
Yeah, I got
Stipe
him too.
Miocic.
Yeah, that's my top 5. I just got into UFC. Just started watching it about a couple months ago. I mean, I knew people from like way back, but I used to only watch the big fights. Like now, I'm watching fights that's not like title fights and stuff like last night. So I'm getting more into it. But yeah, that's my top 5 for pound for pound right now.
I'll just say this real quick. Since you're a new fan, that's not even that's a good top 5 right there. And I'll just say once you get into UFC, like, you got Stipe on there, and he has a big fight coming up against Daniel Cormier, which I think deserves some mention. He doesn't get enough mention in these top 5 debates and GOAT conversations. You're talking about a man that he lost to Stipe, and I'll give Stipe that win, but you're talking about a man who has beat Stipe, a man that's only ever lost to John Jones, one of them through PEDs, but a loss nonetheless. But I just think he deserves some mention. But the more you get into UFC, I think you got a great top 5 right now.
Yeah. So Udo definitely.
Yeah, if he was active,
I saw some highlights of him. That boy scrap.
What you think? You think he out for real? Or he coming back?
he'll come back. I think. I think he's out for real if he don't ever get what he wants. I mean, you talking about a man that won the Olympics at 21 and walked away. You know what I'm saying? He walked away and never came back. So he's no stranger to walking away at the peak of his competition. I think he's come out and said he'll fight Alexander Volkanovski. That's the 145-pound champ, and he's looking for a challenge. And I used to be not a believer in Henry. I thought he lost to DJ Demetrius Johnson, but he won, so I'll give him the win. and he's definitely deserving of all his top 5 and GOAT debate. So Henry, if he was still active as champ, he'd definitely be in my top 5 pound for pound. But he's a dog. He's a dog, man.
Monster. Stipe a monster too.
Stipe is a monster too.
All right, now let's get to the sweet part, man. Sweet part.
On them guys?
The NBA starts up soon.
Yes, it does.
About a month, man.
Okay.
What you think about the NBA starting up and the whole bubble and all the rules that they got set and players sitting out, players testing? What you think about that, man?
Man, to be honest, I'm sort of a pessimist in this way. I'm kind of skeptical of what's going on. I mean, I know they're NBA players. They got the top of the line testing, all the money, the bubble, all that, the whole nine. But I mean, you got players coming from all over. You know, like it's the coronavirus. I mean, don't nobody really know too much about it. So I mean, I get what they're doing. They're doing what they can. They're taking all proper precautions. But like, I don't know how to feel about it. I'm not gonna be the one to say it's gonna be an asterisk if the season starts back up. The champion's gonna be the champion for me regardless, because you know they got their time, they got their rest. They was doing all this load management anyway, so everybody got all their rest. They're gonna get their month to prepare. They're gonna get a few games to get back in, and boom, they're gonna get into the playoffs and stuff like that. So I just hope that, you know, a player like LeBron or, you know, Kawhi, Paul George, none of the big name players get this corona to severely, you know, hinder their team. That'll be, to me, that'll put an asterisk on the season, especially if they're in the midst of the playoff competition and it's game 2 and Kawhi and Paul George test positive and they go down, and, you know, now LeBron and AD playing, you know, Patrick Beverly in the Clippers, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just hope it go well. How y'all feel about this whole play-in and the tournament and all this?
I like the 8 games they got to play.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it just to get them like in a little rhythm.
Yeah.
But I mean, I ain't dive too deep into it. Like, I mean, I like it. Get them a little rhythm, get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So how exactly is they're gonna do a little play-in if they're close enough to the end?
I believe an 8-game little play-in, and they playing for like the lower seeds or whatever. So, you know, probably the top 6 or 7 seeds. I know the West is usually close contested, but I'm pretty sure
the
like
East, I feel like it's pretty much made out.
Yeah,
it's set.
They're
like,
gonna be
teams,
good. Like,
some teams might shift, but
like I seen the Wizards. They in at like 24 and 40.
And they 9 games behind.
I mean, 24 and 40.
8 games.
I mean, is John Wall coming back? Are you?
No, you're not.
So I mean, I don't even know. Personally, I would have run. I get the play in. I would have just had the top 16 seeds and just kind of let them play 8 games exhibition. You know, just random. You know what I'm saying? Just everybody play each other once or something like that, and then get all into the playoffs. And then, so it's gonna be a play in. I mean, I'm not too big on it. I mean, I guess I get what they're trying to do. They want to maybe see a Zion versus LeBron.
That's what the NBA want to see, right?
You know, first round matchup or something like that. So
I saw a tweet saying that they wanted to be like Jordan versus the Celtics. You know, his first year. Zion versus the Lakers. That's how the NBA wanted. So that's how it's probably gonna be. What you think about it, JB?
I mean, I think it's gonna shake out pretty much how it was anyway. So they don't really necessarily need it, but I do want to see teams get in the rhythm. I do think teams like the Clippers and things like that are gonna probably sit some of their guys anyway, maybe a game or 2 at the end. They're not really worried about their seed. They're worried more about the postseason. So if they run a game or 2 and Kawhi may feel a little tightness, or if he's sore, he's sitting. So
I'm gonna name just a couple players that's sitting out or they got corona.
As of now.
So as of now. So players sitting out are Avery Bradley, David Burtons, Trevor Ariza, Willie Cauley-Stein, Kyrie, but he wasn't gonna play anyway. Dwight Howard is undecided, and Justice Winslow is undecided. The players with corona are Malcolm Brogdon, Jabari Parker, Alex Len, and Jokic. So I mean, those players with corona, that they on some. Well, I know Brogdon and Jokic, they on some teams that they got title hopes this year.
Yeah, that's tough. That's what I said. That is what will put an asterisk on the season for me. Maybe not too much Nikola Jokic, because their team is definitely like top 3, but I don't know that I'm really considering them as a title team.
Me either.
So like, if like if he was like not be able to play, I don't think that would be like, oh my god, like
That's the reason why we didn't win.
Yeah, so
yeah,
you
the
might
Clippers
never
had to play the Nuggets without Jokic, but I mean, yeah, that's tough though. Regardless, that team is up there, so
The Lakers starting point guard sitting now.
Avery Bradley, yeah, that's tough as well. But also, I just think about it this way: if he was to go, Avery Bradley gets hurt a lot.
He does.
And if he was to go down in the postseason, I don't know that if that happened during the postseason, people would be like, well, damn, LeBron lost.
'Cause
This
Avery
ain't like,
Bradley-
yeah, ain't like LeBron losing. I know I just said all that shit about LeBron, but this ain't like LeBron losing to Kyrie and K-Love. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Avery Bradley, a really good, role player. Used to be a defensive guy, but that's not that. So I think he's replaceable.
Another thing, the Wizards are going to Orlando, missing John Wall, David Burns, and Trevor Ariza. That's 3 players.
Wait.
He might as well
Trevor
give up
Ariza's
their
on the
spot.
Wizards?
Ain't Trevor Ariza on?
No.
What team he on now?
Ain't on the Trailblazers.
He on the top.
Okay.
The Trailblazers missing they starting small forward.
Yeah.
And
Well,
what about Dame? Is he gonna play? I mean, I remember when he was on a few weeks ago.
he was,
Dame gonna play.
Acting like a
He
baby.
gonna
Is he gonna play?
I don't know why he want to play. Team ain't gonna win nothing, but I know this
That's what I
was.
said. That's what I said.
I think they need to break that team up personally. I just think they've
Two
reached their
guards
shit.
not gonna do it.
Yeah, two guards.
6'3" guards is not gonna do it.
It's not gonna do it, but also I just say this. I think it's good for Melo. He's probably gonna get to slide in that starting, I guess, 3 spot. I don't know if they still running the small lineup at the 4, but
I think he at the 4. I think he started the
is he already?
Yeah,
I thought he was
started
coming
the
off the bench. Well, good
Nah,
for
he
Melo
started.
then.
Give him
He
a
got
chance
to
to get some shine, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
thing,
playoff Miller. Nah,
Hey.
never mind. He's not getting in the playoff. 8-game Miller.
Oh yeah, they game Melo.
8-game
Get your
Miller.
shine on,
Oh, yeah,
man.
the 8
They
game.
not gonna make it. Get your shine on.
So since it's pretty much played out, what's your top 8 teams in the West? What's your top 8 teams in the East?
Do it matter? Like, because ain't they just going 1 through 16? Yeah, I don't think they're going east
Yeah,
to
I
west.
think they're just gonna go 1 through 16.
They going 1 through
honestly.
16?
That's what I was.
Yeah, because that would be hard for me to say my top 8 in the West and then shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
they
it'd
mix them up.
be like 9 or 10 teams
All
from the
right.
West and 6 from the East. But I'll just say this just to answer your question, just in case. I'll say, I mean, of course, the Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, Rockets, the Thunder. What was that 5 right there? Shit, who's 6 through 8?
Mavs.
Oh yeah, Mavs. I like Luka.
Grizz, Pelicans.
The Grizzlies,
Trailblazers.
Pelicans. That'd probably be my top 8. I mean, I don't even know so much about the Pelicans. Shit, where's
I think they're a game behind, 2 games behind.
missed. I
Yeah,
think we
I got it
missed
right.
them.
I got it right here. Y'all said do research and had notes. Nigga got research and notes.
You got Utah in there too already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Utah be in there. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Utah.
bump them down, and I'll leave.
That's
I'll
what we
leave Zion and them boys at shit 8. Well, no, the Grizzlies at 8.
So yeah, the Grizzlies they 32 and 33. The Pelicans are 28 and 36.
Yeah, the Grizzlies would be my 8 seed.
So yeah, for a lot of these teams, every game is a must-win game. In the bottom.
Yeah,
So y'all just want to go who the contenders is then?
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
contenders.
Well,
Who
who y'all got?
Gonna be in the top.
Which of the Eastern Conference teams do y'all think is going?
So
Gonna
the
be a
Eastern
good-
Conference at this point in time, I'm assuming Ben Simmons is recovered from his injury, but I don't think my teams that to watch out the East, all the teams that I think got a chance to come out, some better than others. I would consider the 76ers. I would consider Boston Celtics. I would consider Miami Heat as like a kind of an underdog, but I think
That's
they're
my
not.
dark horse.
I don't even think they're much of a dark horse. I think they've been making a lot of noise and people caught on to them.
Yeah.
And
Them boys
and
hoping.
Giannis. Them
Yeah.
would be my teams to come out. The East. The West, I really just think it comes down to the Lakers and the Clippers now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I like the Nuggets because they're so well spread out, but I don't think they really have a chance. I know James Harden's your guy. We done went back and forth on Twitter.
That's why I wanted him up here because he be talking all that
Hey.
shit on Twitter.
Hey.
So
You got something else
hey,
to
yeah,
do, too.
say it to my face now. all that shit out on.
I'm gonna keep that same energy, but I don't think they got any chance. They come up small
I ain't
every
gonna even
year.
cap with you. They don't.
But,
Yeah, you can't go. You can't. You going against players that are 6'11", 6'10", and they point guard. They playing like point guards. We're not gonna win them with no 6'5" center, bro.
Even if they do fight their way through a round or two, man, it's
It's
just
gonna be a
it's a
7-game
gauntlet every
series.
round,
Yeah,
man.
it's
It's a
gonna be a
7-game
7-game
series. It's a
series.
grind every game, man. They gonna break down. That ain't
It's
gonna work.
it's not. You got they legs gonna be tired. You got
What you
James Harden
think?
doing tip off, bro.
So you
like,
think the Mavericks is just too young?
Yeah, the Mavs are too young right now. I think they need some more pieces.
he had the Mavs beating the
I
Clippers.
think if they
in the
line up with the
playoffs.
Clippers, they got a chance.
First off, look, I mean they best player is Doncic.
Yeah.
And look, Luka's gonna be a dog for years to come. But I'm telling you, if he played the Clippers and they sick Kawhi on Luka, I think it's gonna be it's gonna be a long night. Luka gonna get his. I'm not one of the people that believe in like locking somebody up and keeping them under like 10 points or some
He's
shit.
gonna make it tough.
Make it tough and just make it dirty and take them out their game. That's more how I look at locking somebody up. Because they are professionals at the end of the day. Everybody gonna get theirs.
They gonna get theirs, yeah.
So, but I just think he's kind of too young at this point. I just think it's shit. Not even just Kawhi. You got Paul. You can sick on him.
Patrick Beverly can get on his nerves.
Patrick Beverly can get on his nerves.
But what if Paul George recently showed us at the end of the season these last 3-4 years?
He was hurt, but look,
hey man.
Hey, I
that's
mean,
him. That's you. You fragile. Right. Take your vitamins.
Right. But also, okay, what if
what Steve Smith say? Ice up, son.
Yeah, that's you. It ain't my fault. You fragile.
Hey, nah, but shit. I'm just saying, I just don't know that he's at that level right now to. I mean, maybe he is. Maybe he'll make a believer out of me if he just, say fuck Kawhi and like take over on some shit. But
and be playoff Pete. Shit, I ain't seen playoff Pete.
Nah, but yeah. Give me a couple years and I'll say Luka and them boys will be out there.
And you think Utah can make it tough on some people?
Utah's nice, but
I mean, I don't think they'll make it tough on like the Lakers or the Clippers, but the Rockets and teams like that run into a team like Utah.
He was saying something like, "You think they chemistry?"
It's nice, but they losing Joe Ingles, right? I think that's another player that ain't coming back.
Donovan and
do you think that has any effect on?
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's grown men. For what you know now from the corona, I mean, they got over it. I don't know what went down, so I can't speak on them. It's hard to kind of.
The nigga was touching everything. He was doing this and shit.
Yeah, I seen that. That's extra childish. But I just think with time, usually, grown men can get over shit. So hopefully it'll be nice. Maybe it'll never be the same. I don't know. It's basketball at the end of the day. And I think we'd all been in the locker room with an extra childish guy that's done some shit, right? And you just kind of learn how to coexist with them playing. You know what I'm saying? Like if your quarterback was, childish, you're not going to miss a block. I mean, maybe you will. I don't know.
You're going to do your job at the end of the day.
Yes.
You're a grown man. You're going to take care of your business. Yeah. I don't think that'll have too much of an effect on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, they're not going to be legit contenders when they line up against Lakers or Clippers, something like that.
Right.
So JB, who you got in your Eastern Conference? Oh, well, who you got top 4 teams? Top 4 teams coming out.
Top 4 teams, just out of all of them.
Out of all those teams, top 4.
I'm going to go Lakers and Clippers going to be in the top 4 for sure. I believe in the Celtics. I think they're going to shake some shit up. I don't think they're going to win it, but I think they're going to shake something up. They're going to make some believers.
I believe in them.
Them two young Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Brown, and let's not forget, them boys got Kimba. Like, Kimba.
That's the thing.
Yeah, Kimba always had to be the man on
his
team. Hey, Kimba, he going to get out there dancing and shit.
Yeah.
I think they can make a run and give some guys a hard time and really shake something up. I don't think they'll win the championship.
Good-ass coach.
Yeah.
And Gordon Hayward, if he ever get back to whatever he was,
I mean, he decent. He doing all right right now. And then you got the other 3 guys, so he can just fill in and play a role, really. But, who would I put in my 4th?
You got Milwaukee or
Philly, Miami. Shit, even Indy.
I go Milwaukee. I go Milwaukee. And I'm not too much as a believer in the Miami thing right now. I think if they get matched up with the Celtics, I feel like the Celtics can pull it out of a 7-game series.
Yeah.
And you had your top 4, right?
Just top 4 overall. That's tough. I top 4 overall because I think teams match up differently, so that's hard. So, but I'll just say top 4 overall. My top 2 is going to be Lakers, Clippers, of course. I'm not Boston to be 3, and Giannis. Okay, he don't have to go. I don't know. I didn't see him get stuck on. I didn't see him get stuck on Joel Embiid at times and get kind of not shut down, but get hindered. And then even Kawhi last year, and he's dominant. But I'm not a believer.
There's a game plan against him.
Yeah, I got a thing about players. Like he's such of a one-way track, right? Where it's like he's a point guard, but most of the time he's getting to the cup. You know what I'm saying? They can key in on him, so it's like Chris Middleton gonna step up. They don't have Malcolm Brogdon no more. Who's they like third option?
Bledsoe and Lopez, they role players.
See, Bleddy, I used to like him, but he ain't that no more. You know what I'm saying?
Step back a little bit, yeah.
He ain't really got it like that. So I don't know. I'll put them at 4. I would much rather I'd be much more comfortable putting Philly at 4. But I'm not a believer.
Even with all the Embiid, the bubble guts, everything,
Embiid
he seemed to be the most fragile. Upset stomach.
Ben Simmons you can guard Ben Simmons way better than you can guard Giannis.
That's what I'm saying. And Ben Simmons, I didn't have these debates. Yeah, Ben Simmons is much more of a worst case than Giannis to me. He's much more of a one-trick pony. Giannis, at least to me, will take shots. That's why. That's why I'm putting him at 4.
Every time you touch that bitch.
Hell yeah.
Just let them know you're here. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you putting the Bucks on my Philly at 4?
I'm putting the Bucks. I'm putting the Bucks. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Bucks at 4.
All right, I'm gonna go Lakers and Clippers, of course, and I'm gonna go to Celtics. And I'm gonna be different. I mean, if I'm a smart man, I'm saying Milwaukee, but I like Miami. I like that little team, so I'm gonna put Miami at 4. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be my dark horse. So I got them losing to, like, if it come down like East and West, I got them losing to the Celtics.
All right, so and wrapping it all the way up, then who y'all got winning?
I got LA in 6.
Which LA?
LA in 6. I got LA in 6, man.
I'm gonna take LeBron and them. It's a must win. I feel like LeBron gotta go get it.
I could have guessed.
He gotta go get it. It's a must win. It's a must do. He gotta go get it. That's a legacy kill. Honestly, it's gonna hurt. It'll hurt.
It's gonna
3-7 to be hurtful, especially when you got an ID on the team, or if you don't even get there. If you don't get there, I gotta.
If he don't get there, if he get there and lose.
You know what, bro? I didn't have so many heated debates. I'll get to that in a minute. I'll just say I'm gonna pick the Clippers to win. I'm gonna pick the Clippers, and I don't even know how this bracket's gonna shake out because it's 1 through 16, so it's not even East versus West. But I'm gonna just go off of conventional East versus West type of thinking. And I'm gonna say Boston versus LA.
That's what I was saying. Boston versus LA.
A rematch.
Don't matter which LA. They gonna be in LA. Got Staples Center shit.
They gonna be in Orlando.
Oh no, yeah, Orlando.
They gonna be in Orlando, but the banner gonna be in one of the LA ones. It's gonna be hitting Staples Center.
I just think Kawhi is that. I think he's a killer right now. I just think it's his time. He kind of float. I don't think he's flying below the radar. But I just think that team is kind of perfectly constructed. They kind of got everything. Paul George, he's a Swiss Army knife, so to speak. He can shoot from deep. He's a 3-and-D guy. He could be a number 1 option on a lot of teams. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that he's playing number 2, I think that's deadly. You got Patrick Beverly. You got Montrezl Harrell coming off. Dude, Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell is probably their 2 best players when it really come down to it. Cause
they pick and roll, bro.
Nah, they fucking shit up. Like, you ain't got shit for them. If Kawhi, like, just imagine having to have Kawhi off, Paul George off, Lou Williams off, and then Montrezl Harrell got a game that he don't got to be on. He gonna get his. He's just a dog. So to me, I just think they got the perfect blend of players. I think they got the perfect blend of offense and defense. And that's my team to win it all.
And, bro, like, they closer most of their game is their 3rd best player.
Yeah.
Lou Will closing out their game, bro.
I'm saying.
That's a dog, bro. And he coming off your bench, too, bro.
So, I think that's tough, though. So.
We'll see. I'm excited. I'm just glad it's coming back, man. I'm glad to see something. We got something to watch.
Shit. Hold on. Before let me kind of stay on the basketball tip.
We gonna stay on it.
Yeah, we gonna stay on it.
All right, because I didn't know when we had Knicks up on the docket.
Nah. Yeah. Whatever you comfortable talking about.
I'm trying to make sure. I just was saying after the season, so they're gonna end in October and they're gonna start in December. So I don't know how much y'all kind of peeked at the upcoming draft class. What y'all think about the new draft class coming in?
I like LaMelo.
Like LaMelo, you think that's the best coming out?
Do I think I like that dude from Georgia too.
Anthony Edwards.
I like him too. Yeah.
Anthony Edwards. They got R.J. Hampton. I think that's the old boy from Memphis.
Wiseman.
James Wiseman. Yeah.
I ain't seen much on him because he was suspended.
Suspended.
Yeah, I ain't seen much on him, but I like LaMelo.
Shit, I'm excited to see if Melo gonna get in here and do something, man.
Yeah.
I hope Melo I hope he gets to rock on his own. Like I hope.
Yeah.
I hope he don't end up in like Like, I hope he don't end up like with the Warriors or something. Like, I hope he just kind of get to be in. I know New York is kind of a shitty team to go to because they fuck up everybody, but I kind of hope he go there because for like, you know, just imagine LeVar Ball in New York City with LaMelo, who's, you know,
that's some money coming in.
You know what I'm saying? He's one for the spotlight. So I just think, and they need a guard. You know what I'm saying? Old boy ain't really work out. Frank.
All
Frank,
that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see him in New York too, on the big stage, in the garden, by himself. You know, New York just need these free agents they landed last offseason. I don't know what the fuck they was trying to do with that.
They just had to put somebody on the court, bro.
I don't know what they was doing with that.
They play like my little brother on the NBA 2K. They load up the front court and say, "Hey, y'all gonna have to come. Y'all gonna have to win from the outside. Y'all ain't getting no rebounds."
I don't know what they was doing on there. What you think about the draft class coming up?
I ain't really dove too deep into him, but of course LaMelo been having the hype around him for years, so I'm ready to see. Like, I want to see him put that NBA jersey on and see what he do with them real dogs in front of him. See what he do with Patrick Beverly pushing him. You know what I'm saying? Getting into him.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be the best ball. He's gonna be the best ball boy.
I think Lonzo, for what he is, he can be very good. And I think the narrative.
He can be an all-star.
I'm not that big on Lonzo for what they try to make him be.
They hyped him.
Yeah.
Demo, you watching this? Demo, they think Lonzo Ball the best basketball player in the world. What you think about him?
Yeah, for Lonzo, I just think he was a little bit over. If I was the Lakers at the time, for what they had, I didn't think Lonzo was better than D'Angelo Russell. I think D'Angelo Russell was much more of a better all-around basketball player. But all right, let's look at what Lonzo had. He's much more of a facilitator. So his game and his uniqueness, his value is going to come from the players he have around him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have much of a jump shot from the outside. So to me, I always kind of thought he was a little bit overrated. You know what I'm saying? His team is much more going to be predicated on who's around him. So now I think he's in much more of a better position. Zion is who they're looking at. Brandon Ingram is who they're looking at. And all he has to do is Drew Holiday. All he has to do is kind of facilitate it. He can be great in that aspect now. It's going to be tough for him to be an all-star because the West is always loaded with guys.
Yeah, so many guards. Dang,
you know
bruh, Steph.
That's just going to be tough.
Booker ain't even been an all-star yet, bro.
Yeah, Booker ain't even been there yet, so.
Ooh, that's a good question. Hey.
Are you ready for that or you want to close in?
I had a question for you.
We missed it earlier.
Yeah, I had a question for you. So we was going to dive into, like, the awards, NBA awards, but, I mean, it's pretty much, we pretty much know that, but we had a question. For the next 10 years, who would you pick? Luka or Booker?
10-year stretch.
10-year stretch. That's a tough question. I would answer that with another question, but just to answer y'all question off top, I would take Luka, and I'll tell you why. I think his game is not much. It's not too much more predicated on. Neither of their games is much more predicated on athleticism, but I think Luka his game can take on many different aspects. He can be a facilitator, or he can score. He can be crafty. I think his game, his longevity, can last longer over the next 10 years. Now, Devin Booker.
That's a bucket.
He's a bucket, bro, but golly. You tell Luka done came in the first 2 years and made it to the playoffs. Now, I know Phoenix down there.
He a damn near walking triple-double, too.
Bro, yeah. I don't know what's going on down there. Like, you got to start making something shake. You know what I'm saying? Like
Arizona, yeah.
I'm looking at. Okay. Let's look at Zion. I guess they in kind of playoff contention. Let's look at John Morant. They're in playoff contention. I'm waiting on Devin Booker. I think he's great. I think he could be close to a superstar. I don't know that he would be the best number one option. I had a debate.
Ooh, that's a tough take.
I don't. I think he would be better off as like maybe a 1B or a 2. I think if you trade him for Ben Simmons and you put him on Philly, I think Philly will be the best team out the East. And I'll tell you this because they don't have much spacing. And if you put Devin Booker out there and you get maybe some type of different point guard opposed to Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons has to play on the inside.
Yeah, he do.
You know what I'm saying? If it ain't transition, you got him posting up. You got him playing short corner. So you get like added space. You get a score. You get a bucket out there along with Joel Embiid. I think that's just a better matchup. But what y'all think over the next 2 years?
What you think, JB? What's your pick?
I went with Doncic. because more of the all-around game. If he's struggling from the court, then he can facilitate and get his team involved. And like sort of like the same thing you said, Devin Booker, he's been in here a couple years and ain't really made nothing shake and ain't really made, you know what I'm saying, his appearance. And he's had the
A
opportunity.
lot of that is organization problem, though.
Yeah.
Terrible organization.
Yeah, I mean,
terrible organization.
I mean, you can say that, but I mean, some of these other organizations ain't looked at well either, and they doing all right. And yeah, I think just Luka all around, he got the all around game, and he come in, you know, like you said, almost averaging a triple double. Like, that's just something you can't overlook.
He came in with the hype, and he backing it up too, bro. Like, there's a lot of people that was questioning his athletic ability and all.
That's the
like
thing.
He might be too slow for the NBA, but he played his own pace too. Like, he might be too slow, but
that's the thing with me. That's the thing with me. When he was gonna be, they were like, "Oh, Luka Doncic, this guy." I was like, "Man, this dude can't jump over a piece of paper, man."
Highlights
This dude,
like, they said this dude gonna be number
he's
one
slow.
pick.
Like, and the thing is, none of that was wrong.
Yeah.
None of that was wrong. It's just he found he's still doing it without that. And that's why I gotta give it up to him.
Play the game your way.
I gotta give it up to
It's
him.
perfect. And I think kind of, as much as I kind of hate to do it, I think his game is different, but it has some similarities. And I say the reason why he's having a lot of successes, look at how James Harden.
I knew he was gonna.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? A player that can just facilitate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to say it because I think James Harden I think he could be so much better than what he really is. But I just think Luka. I was kind of skeptical, not skeptical, but because I saw his game and it was different from all the overseas guys I saw. I was big on Mario Hezonja. He didn't really pan out.
No.
And I just was kind of skeptical, but I seen Luka and I was like, okay, this is a point guard. They didn't try to move him to no other position. They got Dennis Smith Jr. up out of there for him to play
And they got
point
Seth
guard.
Curry playing shooting guard.
Shooting. So I'm saying,
6'6", something
you know
like
what
that.
I'm saying? So I like what Luka is. He's a big point guard, and I think that over the next 10 years, the way he's able to control, I think it's underrated. Just not looking at skills, but able to control the pace of the game. That's
play his own pace.
So,
He's seeing a lot of big guards He's starting to see a lot of big guards,
Yeah.
6'5" guards and stuff. And he can shoot too, shoot the lights out too. Got
And
the step back, facilitate. His game all around. Because him and Booker, they both not really good defenders.
Yeah.
So like his offensive game is way more well rounded than Booker. But I mean, it's not. I don't think it's like a home run. Like I feel like it's close.
Yeah, well, I just think you don't really see too much of like players like you don't see too many players that can do like kind of everything. Like if you want to check the box off, can he dribble? Check. Can he facilitate? Check. Can he shoot? Check. Can he get to the rim? Check. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't too many of them. Like Devin Booker to me, like he gonna get buckets. But I feel like you can find a bucket getter almost in every draft class. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think and especially the way the league is going, like you getting these dead-eye shooters, you know what I'm saying? So it may be plenty of them. Like Devin Booker, to me, I'm not trying to shortchange his skill. I just don't know that you may can find a lot of different Devin Bookers, but you're not gonna find too many, 6'8" point guards that's gonna give you everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think over the next 10 years, I would take Luka.
Take Luka.
Good take. That's a good take.
Yeah, that's a good take. We got enough basketball going on, man.
Did you want to skip that other one though that you had? The D Wade Harden, 09.
We can get to that another.
That was a different one.
We can get to that another day. Or do you got something to say on that?
Did you see that one floating around Twitter?
Yeah, it was floating around
seen
Twitter this
09.
week. D Wade and Harden.
Oh, now look, I don't even think it's comparison. Like, I mean, 09, that's the last year before Brian came, so I know that wasn't his best year, but dude, I don't even think James Harden's close, bro. Like, I watched James Harden game, bro. I'll give you this. If James Harden played to get buckets and not to manipulate the game, I mean, what he's doing is genius because...
Manipulating the game?
Bro, playing hoop, you know what I'm saying? Like...
He hooping.
Dude, so let me tell you, remember he scored 10 points?
Yeah, I remember that.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, what is you doing? Stop trying to manipulate the game. You're not going to get them calls against other superstar players. You may get that through the regular season against... regular Joe Schmo on Utah Jazz or something. You're not getting that in the playoffs against KD sticking you or Clay. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta do something different. And I don't know if that's just on James Harden. That may be Mike D'Antoni and this 7 seconds or less and 6'5". Build a team around this man. James Harden could be everything Luka Doncic is times 10.
You saying Luka better than James Harden?
I think I just think for what Luka's doing.
I'm about to walk off.
Bro, no.
Bro.
Listen. What I'm saying is James Harden is not playing to his full potential, bro. That's like me running track and like jogging with like dude that's in second place. You know what I'm saying? James Harden could be so much better than everybody else doing what he's doing. I don't think he's better than Kawhi or nothing like that, but he just sit here playing for the free throw line. Now go out here and get buckets and win. Now his team could be better around him. I don't think that they give him the best chance for a 6'5" center and shit. But
they built that team they expecting him to like go off every night and then open it up for Westbrook. That's why they want to do the 6'5". They expecting like Westbrook get to the hole, get his 30, and just like expecting James Harden. Like they built the team around Russell Westbrook so he could be more comfortable.
I mean, I don't like what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know I'm not saying he sucks or nothing. If we take all things considered and just talking as a talent, James Harden would be up in my top, bro. Like, he would be up there because I seen what he can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember him from his OKC days and then even his real early days. And
when he was really like, he was doing mid-range, shooting threes.
Everything, bro.
Now it's just three, a layup, and free throw. That's what I hate about it.
That's what I don't like about his game, and I think it's too manipulative, and I don't think that it helps himself out. And I know that it ain't his fault. I mean, it is his fault, but I know that it ain't his fault that he gets so much of the calls to the regular season. He's like, fuck, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like when you playing Madden, and it's this one play that you can score a touchdown with.
You finna get that hurry up offense.
You finna just keep doing that one play, bro. So if he goes to the hole and he do this, and you know this nigga do this every time, don't reach.
It don't reach, but I'm saying that shit don't. You know what I'm saying? It don't work when it get to. They're not gonna be calling that on LeBron. If they, you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna give LeBron them petty fouls. They're not gonna give KD.
But when you replay it, people be slapping it like they really be fouling them.
Man, bro, we done all played basketball. We done all this, fugazi shit to get some fouls. You know what I'm saying? He's just a master at it, bro. Like, I got a lot more I can go in on. Anybody who may watch this know what I'm really getting at for what he doing. It ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But I'll just say for what he's doing to manipulate the game, I just don't think it's conducive for him winning the championship. I just think a lot of shit around him needs to change, team-wise and a little bit style-wise.
Okay. Fair enough. I can take that. Finally got up here and said it to my face, man, instead of being Twitter fingers. You know what I'm saying? He's Twitter fingers for a couple of years. But we're going to move on to the NFL. There's a lot of off-season moves made this season. Dak signed, franchise tag. Tom Brady with the Bucks.
Yeah.
And you got Phillip Rivers going to the Colts. What's some big or small off-season moves you like or dislike?
I really don't like Phillip Rivers to the Colts, but that's no particular reason. I think it's just a weird move. You already got Jacoby Brissett, so like, what you trying to do? You trying to tank? Do you really think Phillip Rivers?
Is Phillip Rivers done?
I think it's a 1 year, $25 million.
1 year, $25 million. You ain't signed him long term, so I mean,
just trying to get that one lucky year, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, they got a good offensive line.
They do. They have a great offensive line, and they can run the ball.
They got a good run game.
I don't know. That was just a confusing move to me. I mean, I'm still waiting on the Patriots to see what they're gonna do. I mean, I wish they signed my boy Cam. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that Cam ain't really got a shot yet. But I mean, I go and look at these teams after the draft. Everybody got quarterbacks. So I mean, really, the only options is Jaguars and.
I think they going with Minshew. Yeah, the Jaguars they going with Minshew.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Minshew. I mean, he looked decent. I mean, he got some problems, but I don't know that he's a long-term answer. I think they still getting a lot of people up out of there. I don't think Leonard Fournette is going to be there for long.
Yeah, he on the trade block.
Jalen Ramsey's up out of there. So I just think Tom Coughlin ran a lot of people up out of there. And I think it's going to be a lot of change. So hopefully maybe Cam will get a look out there. But hopefully I think Cam is in that's what I'm hoping he'll get. I'm a Cowboy hater, so I don't care what they do. Anything they do.
You can come on the show whenever you want.
Hey, dude, I don't care what they do. I just hope they lose, bro. I can't wait for them to lose. So, I mean, I'm glad they got Dak because I don't want to hear no excuses from nobody. I want y'all team to be fully loaded.
My team.
Oh, okay. I've been waiting. I get hit over the head by Cowboy fans every day. So that's refreshing to see some dudes who don't really like the Cowboys. So.
My team.
Hey.
What's your
Dallas Cowboys? Beware! Wait till football start up. On heads. What you about to say?
What's your thoughts on some off-season moves?
Some moves. I'm ready to see what Tom and them gonna do in Tampa.
Tom Brady and Gronk.
Yeah, I mean, he got weapons. He got weapons. If that's one thing, he got weapons.
Got a receiving core.
Yeah, he got dudes that catch the ball. He got good tight ends. We'll see what they're gonna do. I think a small move, and I'm a Philly fan, so this is gonna be biased. But I think Darius Slay coming over there to that secondary gonna help them shore up something because they've been getting killed, bruh. They get killed with a double move every game, maybe 2, 3 of them. Us losing Malk was a big hit. I feel like. I mean, he could be replaced, but he was a heart and soul of that defense too. So it's a big hit.
So you got Philly winning
easily the NFC East?
NFC East, yeah,
easily. You got the better quarterback for sure. I think Dallas defense get hyped up every year, but I think they overrated. Philly's defense. You can go look at the stats, man. You ain't running the ball on them boys like that. You ain't gonna just run through them like that. We got defense. We got the better quarterback. Our receiving core, we should be better. Last year, we was just decimated with injuries, and we still won the East.
And they got was Jalen Rager?
Jalen Rager?
Yeah,
Jalen Rager. He gonna be nice. He gonna be nice. It might not be this year, but he gonna be nice. They gonna have D-Jack back. Alshon, he gonna be back later on in the season. Goddard, Ertz.
What's your team?
To be honest,
I'm more of a player guy. Like I like players.
I don't really have a team like that. I usually just I really just try to call the season. I mean, sometimes I'll catch on the players and teams and schemes and kind of like to see it through. But as far as like a diehard fan of any team, I used to kind of like rock with the Panthers, but I don't know, like I don't really have no.
So you got any predictions? Like who you think gonna come out the NFC, the AFC?
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I think Patrick Mahomes is that dude. Like I don't know. I mean, just off principle, like on GP, the general principle of I'm rocking with the Chiefs. I mean, until they got to split that team up, they still got everybody under contract, bringing everybody back. Sammy's back. T. Hill is back. You got Kelsey back.
All they gotta do is pay Mahomes. He about to get
Mahomes. They got old boy from LSU out the backfield. So you got another little backfield threat. So they just got to shore up the defense. I mean, they won last year with what
they got. The landlord. Shout out Tyrann Matthew.
They do. So that's why I'm rocking with out the wet. AFC and then the NFC. Just as it pertains to the NFC East. I mean, I don't know, because I ain't even that big of a fan of Philly.
What's wrong with Philly?
Ain't nothing wrong with Philly, but they always on it's always something funny with them, you know what I'm saying? Like, much as I've been watching them, they got to win with a backup quarterback. They don't win with, like, I don't know.
You think it's something wrong with the quarterback? Is something wrong with Carson? Is it the coaching?
I like Carson Wentz, but to be real, I like Miles Sanders. He almost carried me to a championship last year in fantasy football. But to be real, I just think Dallas might get him. And I hate Dallas. I hate to say it. I feel disgusting saying it, but shit.
I mean, with that, why they didn't get him last year? It was a perfect opportunity.
Don't ask me. Look, I was just as happy as you look. I'm saying
I'm trying to see it's basically the same team.
Look, I'm saying all this, and I'm gonna be happy as hell when Dallas lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So me just thinking they win, I'm gonna be talking out the other side of my neck, being a hypocrite when I'm rooting for them to lose.
Yeah, you cheering when
Philly win. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at all things considered, when I look at their team, I just think they offensive line is there. I know they lost some dudes that retired. You still got Zeke. You added old boy from Oklahoma, CeeDee Lamb. And you still got the weapons, Amari Cooper, Dak. So I just think that I don't know. I just kind of favor them just looking at everything on paper. So
on paper they look good every year.
But to come out the NFC, shit. Oh, I don't even know, bro. That's always such a hard thing to tell because it's always like a weird team that come up out of there that's really good. But I don't know. I'll just say I'm interested to see what Tom Brady and them boys do.
I'm interested in that too, yeah.
Because I just think he could try something so many times. Like, he's 40-something years old, bro.
Yeah.
Like, let it go. I know he's the GOAT and all things considered, but shit, I don't know. I just don't think them teams that get stacked like that win. I remember Philly when they had Mike Vick and the whole crew, and they didn't win nothing.
Yeah, that was a good ass squad right
Some
there.
injuries, man. Some injuries, man. It happens.
And so you
get hurt in football.
You got Philly coming out the NFC on.
Of course.
The whole
I'm
NFC?
not even gonna change up.
Okay.
I mean, we lost last year on a Jadeveon Clowney fucking target.
Yeah.
It took my boy head out, and Seahawks barely beat us, and Seahawks one of the better teams in the NFC. So I mean, a healthy Eagles squad, y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. But we ain't gonna talk about that till they get around.
You did mention somebody almost won your fantasy league. You got any fantasy sleepers or fantasy people that you must pick that you think gotta be on your team?
See, I hate when y'all ask me that because I hope nobody that I play in the league will hear
That's why you can't give out all the good. You gotta give out some of the other ones too.
I'm saying.
You gotta give out some sneak ones so they might pick up somebody they don't
I
want.
just say this, man. Go get who you want when you want them. I don't really believe
This
in
nigga.
real talk. You know what I'm saying? Build your team. Y'all, I know some people be like, oh, I don't pick this position until this round, and all that's true. You know what I'm saying? Because I see other people do it, and I get them dudes who.
Last season, Sean picked Lamar Jackson, number one pick, number one. But he was the number one player in fantasy.
Yeah.
Took him to he lost in the first round to I think me.
Yeah,
he lost to me.
Yeah, bro.
Your boy Derrick Henry.
all that's hard, but what I'll say, it just depends on what time. If you playing in the standard league, then I'll say go ahead and I would say, the running back is always gonna be valuable, but in a standard league, it's always tough for them because you got to depend on touchdowns. So PPR, this is my advice.
Get them niggas to touch that ball.
Yeah, and especially if you get half PPR. I know some people say PPR is kind of cheat code because you get Christian McCaffrey, and you niggas gonna rack you up.
I'm talking about
40 points, 50 points a game on some shit. So it just depends on the league. Get them running backs though. You know what I'm saying? Get you a couple running backs. Get you who you want. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever picked Lamar Jackson, they turned out to be good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's one of Sean picked him and we all kind of got on him, but Lamar turned out to be good.
He had him and the Patriots defense.
I think his pick was kind of luck though, because he ended up picking Mark Ingram and he picked up all the Baltimore guys like that.
He had the Baltimore.
My homeboy picked up a lot of them Baltimore players too, and he did. He won the league, so shit. Hey. Pick who you want when you want. I ain't gonna say go get too crazy. You know what I'm saying? If you just got a favorite player, don't pick him in the first round.
Yeah, if Mitch Trubisky your favorite player, that's still in.
Oh please, hey, by all means, you in my league, go ahead, please pick Mitch.
If you just for some reason love him, do not pick him in your fantasy. But no, I would say with fantasy though, actually, if you're gonna take it serious, like look into this shit, study, like look what teams are gonna be, what their tendencies are, like McCaffrey, you could have seen that coming a mile away. Like you knew he gonna get 1 million touches this year. Like you gotta look at stuff like that. You gotta look at what teams are gonna, like for a quarterback, you can look at a team, hey, what system they have. Do they throw the ball a lot? Do they get touchdowns a lot? Like that's shit you gotta look into, not just I think this team's gonna be good, like because just because the team's gonna be good and may go to the Super Bowl, like Jimmy G. You might pick him as your quarterback because you think, this team's gonna be good. They're gonna score a lot.
At the end of the year, though, he had a couple of big games.
Yeah, but he had some ones that I don't know. My quarterback, I went biased and I took Carson Wentz because I thought he was gonna have a great. I thought he was gonna go for an MVP.
I went biased too because I like Deshaun Watson, so I took him as my.
But he worked out and he's a great pick.
It's just his high games is real high, and his low games is like that's what I didn't like.
That's why I said, all right. I think everybody knows this. So to be real, I would just say look for the little ads like. When I say that, I mean look for little shit that like not many people notice. So like I remember a couple years ago, Jalen Samuels, he was a running back from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he still is.
He had a tight end status on his fantasy, and I thought it was like a glitch in the system, but he was listed as a tight end. So I was running 4 running back lineups. You know what I'm saying? Racking up these ridiculous amount of points. You know what I'm saying? So look for little shit like that. Definitely try to get a quarterback and wide receiver duo like Mike Thomas and Drew and Teddy Bridgewater took me to the, you know what I'm saying? Get them players that's gonna touch the ball. Mike Thomas set records for me last year. Him alone. So get them players that's try to get teams. Don't be afraid to trade your good players either. I know some players get big names. Don't be too locked in on names. I know some people see name value and oh my God, don't
like a lot of you niggas could have got rid of Odell.
I'm saying, hey, look, I got Odell for strictly name value, and I was trying to get rid of him the whole season. Now, he ended up having some decent games for me, but I tried to get rid of him the whole season because Baker Mayfield just ended up acting that. Nick Chubb, took me to the promised land. But
I had Chubb and McCaffrey on mine.
Hey, see, you did that.
And I had my sleeper, Chris Godwin. People wasn't really looking into that. That's what I'm saying. Like when you look into I was actually reading on that, and they was like Chris Godwin gonna be the number 2 to Mike Evans. Like you know what I'm saying? Tampa about to throw the ball. Like that's shit you gotta look into. You gotta know their tendencies and what they're finna get into.
One of the players I always try to get because he scored a lot of touchdowns, is Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Scored a lot of touchdowns. He don't get like a lot of yards or anything, but he scored a lot of touchdowns.
He's like the main target for the best quarterbacks out here. They're
And
gonna
they
get
don't
something,
ever,
bro.
you know, in Green Bay, he don't ever like draft no wide receivers. and
Nah,
shit,
so it's just Devontae
It's
Adams.
him a bust, but yeah, I'll just say look into this. When teams get rid of somebody, they get rid of them for a reason. So look for that next person to be up. And also look at their systems. Like Chris Godwin was a good pick because they pushed the ball downfield and they got rid of D-Jack. And Mike Evans, he's going to have some really high games and some really low games.
Yeah.
And somebody in between is going to have to pick up the slack. And that was where Chris Godwin was.
And they got can't get right. We
But he gonna throw that
him
ball.
He throw 6 interceptions and keep throwing them hoes.
Hey, I think I got into a pinch in the season where I almost had to pick him up, so I ain't gonna talk too much
That's
on
not
him.
bad though.
He gonna put up some numbers. He might throw
almost put
4
him on my
picks, but he might
squad.
throw 6 TDs.
Famous Jameis might get you right.
Can't
Yeah,
get right.
he might get
Yeah,
20
yeah,
30 out of him, so you never know. That's another thing too. I mean,
Look at the matchups week to
Yeah.
week, you know what I'm saying? But it's different because Jameis, he might make a bad defense look good that day, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So,
he might go 5 picks.
but the game don't get started till he throw a couple in.
So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. What else you want to talk about, bro?
That's pretty much a wrap on it.
Yeah, man. So it was a pleasure having you on the show, man, for our second episode of Go with the Flow with Leak and JB.
Gotta visit all these predictions. Y'all gonna have me back
Yeah,
on
man. When the
Yeah.
season starts or when it's over, we'll have him back on the show. Aneas.
Hey, and trust, whoever come on here, I'm watching, so I'm gonna come back on the show. I'm calling out everybody who make a bad take on
And
here.
y'all better come up here and do your homework,
Yeah.
man. Y'all see he came up here and knew what he was talking about. Come up here and do your homework. Don't just think you
Yeah.
gonna come up here and just be talking.
Be prepared, please. Please be prepared.
Because we coming with the notes. But hey, look out for more content coming soon. We're going to start trying to drop more videos throughout the week.
We're gonna try to get that little weekly schedule going.
Comment, let us know what y'all think about the second episode. If you want to get on the show, man, just shoot us a DM. We're going to be on the socials. You want to give out your socials?
All socials, Aneas J, ANEASJY. So if you want to find me, that's where I'm at, Aneas J.
You working on another podcast too? You do?
And I'm on plenty of podcasts. I'm on one with my boy Darian Starlin. It's called 2040 Podcast right now. Be on the lookout for that. We got a lot of different topics just like this. You know, we kind of shooting the shit. We got one out already, so
Check them out. Check them out.
Check
do that.
them out, man. Hey, see y'all next time, man. Go with the flow.
Let's get it.